starting, and we are live.
Woo!
We are live with our friend, our sister, our most favorite female photographer. Okay, I we don't really mean that, but we don't want to show favoritism online. So, but personally, we love her photography. It speaks so much about herself and about her personality, and we want to show in this live interview who is Twyla Jones. Twyla Jones.
Uh,
We can say hi.
hey, hi. I'm so happy to be talking to you.
Awesome. So people are connecting. So we have 7, 8, and going up viewers. So we wait a little bit before we start the interview and our chat. Live viewers 9, pop 10, and going up. But they can review this afterwards on
Yeah.
YouTube. So let's start.
Okay.
Hello, Twyla.
Hi.
How's it going? How's Florida's weather tonight?
It's amazing. It's been a really cool day. It started off like super foggy, and then it got sunny, and then it rained. And now there's like this weird fog just on the ground right now, but it was a beautiful sunset. Like Florida has everything
I mean, that's
in
the
one
same,
day.
it's in the same day. That's mental.
It's like all the things that I want every single day.
So you were actually shooting the whole day.
I wish, no. Just this morning.
Oh man. Oh man.
I have to tell you, it was so weird. Like and I think a good lesson, like a thing that I like to tell people to do a lot, like taking advantage of moments like when they happen. So I randomly just had my camera with me this morning, and I also threw a red kite in the car, and I was driving the kids to school. And seeing all of that fog and overcast stuff, I was like, I think I can't take them to school today. I have to go take their pictures at the beach in this.
Wow.
But I took them to school, and then I scooped up a friend and her son, and they went with me to the beach and flew a kite for me.
Oh man, that's so
It was a
beautiful.
nice morning. Yeah,
It's so beautiful to have children around you, isn't it?
it is.
You,
Yeah.
you always have subjects. You always have a reason to do stuff with the family.
Well, and inspiration. They do like the weirdest stuff all the time.
Oh man, I wish my kid will be like yours.
I can't wait to see like how weird you get after you have her.
No, as I was saying to you before, people laugh about my face because I look funny. I am actually funny in person, but the thing is, did you change a lot as being a single person, and then suddenly you have 2 kids? Did you evolve from a funny person or a serious person to another type of personality?
Well, I was pretty like carefree and I would say wild before I had them. And then it just kind of like, I don't know, all of that went into them. So I couldn't really be that person as much anymore because I'm responsible for people now. But I'm happy to see that that is in them as well. So it kind of just, they became these like embodiments of all of that great stuff. And so they're just, you know, constant source of inspiration for everything, and just like awesome things to observe, like, and a good way to remember to like live in the moment. And I don't know, I guess that's like mostly what I get from them.
That's beautiful. I mean, no, not everybody can experience this kind of stuff. As you need to be a parent, you need to raise them, you need to spend time with them, you need to dedicate mostly like almost all part of your life to them, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So one tip for me, as I'm gonna be a father and Helen's gonna be a future mom, so that's in 1 week time. So she should be due.
I cannot believe it. I did not realize it was happening so soon.
She should be due in 11 in a week on the 11th.
It could happen tomorrow. It could happen tonight.
Oh yes, hopefully we want her to go out now because Helen is Helen is in a lot of pain. So
yeah, last week's soreness.
You know what I mean. I mean, being a pregnant mom, is a lot difficult. And when I
Yeah.
see Helen, how she suffers and how she deal with it, I was just like, wow, my mom did that. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes. Yeah. And you don't even know like how much to appreciate your mother until you have a child. And then
That's
it's
true.
just like, I should be giving her things on my birthday. Why
Exactly.
was she giving me presents?
Exactly. I mean, even though our mom or our parent is, they've been bad parents to us on our viewpoint. Actually, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. After seeing this, it just things actually change the way you see things.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything.
Oh man, this is just so amazing. So if I say some words to you, like a single word, you can answer me a single word as well. The first thing that comes in your mind. Okay,
Okay.
let's do this without thinking. Like
Okay.
millisecond of difference. How about that? Ready?
Okay.
All right. Home.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna be really bad at this.
I
Like
think
you're a blank.
I think that's the Ron and the Coca
I
Cola.
don't know where home is right now. I'm still like settling in. I guess Kansas, like after that blank, Kansas.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Okay, let's continue. Love.
Gary,
Archipelago.
amazing.
Family.
Babies.
Food.
Food,
Yeah.
burrito.
2016.
Awesome.
2017.
I'm trying to think of a good word for that. I don't have one word. I'm really
Let's go.
looking forward to it.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
Kids.
Inspiring.
Photography.
Creative.
Yeah. Sofa.
Yeah. Creativity. That would be better.
All right. Sofa.
Sofa?
Yeah.
Like, love.
That's very
I
funny.
love a good couch.
That's
Like
very
to be
funny.
sitting on. Yeah.
Oh, that's a very weird answer, and I like it.
You know what? I have this to say about couches. I got started in photography on a couch when I finally bought a camera after my second son was born. He nursed all the time, and so it was really awesome that I found this, this camera, and I wanted to get really, really good at it, like really fast, and not necessarily good. I just wanted to be able to make the images I like had in my head, So Gary built me this little desk that slid up to the couch so I could feed this baby and I could just learn all night long on my computer.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
So that's how I learned everything I know on a couch.
that's why when you heard about sofa, couch, and then the celebrity.
Ugh, love couches.
So if we can summarize sofa couches in your life, it's like it has a very big impact in your life.
Yes.
Not that you are a potato couch.
Most of the best things have happened to me on couches. So I can't wait to get to Azores. I mean, if you can imagine, like, what a good time I can have on a couch.
You hope so. I mean, I don't know if there's a couch there.
If Azores can compare to a couch, I think it's going to be amazing.
Let's continue. More words.
Why did you put sofa in there?
I know it's
Of all the words,
it's suddenly
that's like
popped
my
out over
trigger
here.
word.
It's like, okay. It's like a trigger word, then you start feeling. That's so good. Wow, I was surprised. I mean, I was actually okay. Let's do this word games and let's see what reminds her of most of this stuff, and that's good. It's a good conversation starter, actually. Okay, I still have like 6 words here left.
Oh
Let's
man,
do
okay.
life.
Imagination.
Movies.
Inspiring. I
Beach.
feel like all my words are kind of the same. Beach. Adventure.
Oh, yes. Book.
Book. Good.
Good.
Like.
Is that the answer?
So articulate.
Very good.
Can I put a disclaimer that I had a couple rum and cokes first?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Let's do that. So,
Okay.
where am I? Oh yeah, Titanic.
Titanic. Long.
Long. Portrait.
Portrait. Personal.
Boudoir.
Emotive.
Awesome. Azores.
Incredible.
Ooh. Why so?
Well, there's so many surprises, right?
And that you can speak. You cannot speak, or you can speak, but I don't know if you can speak, because if you speak, it's not a surprise anymore.
You're right. You're right. And surprises are worth keeping. I love surprises. I'm not very good at keeping them. When we get like ordering, I gave the kids most of their Christmas presents before Christmas. I just can't hold on to things like that. But like to keep a surprise, like a surprise for as long as you should, that's a feat.
That's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, surprise. I mean, spice up life.
Yeah.
If not for surprises, I don't know how boring life will be.
I know. Awful. I count on those. I live off of surprises. Yeah.
Love it so much. I love when Helen surprised me, especially in the mornings. Especially when we're doing the tax income return. Surprise! Supplies!
I know that.
Oh, I hate that part. Oh man, I'm actually drinking. This is a tea. Okay, look at this, full of rainbows and unicorns.
Sure. I couldn't imagine you drinking any other kind of tea.
This is not. This is a normal tea from Spain. It's like polyamental. Polyamental. Yeah, I don't know if you do you drink tea?
I go through phases. Like sometimes it's hot tea all the time. But now I'm in Florida and it doesn't really get cold.
Is it cold? Is it cold enough there?
No, it's not cold at all.
No.
No.
Is it all? So it's like summer.
Yeah, it's like 80 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
we just went to Kansas. We went to Kansas for the holidays. Okay.
You said 18 degrees.
80.
Oh, 80.
80, like 80.
So that in Celsius that will be like around 30 something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's hot. Can I read you one of the questions that one of our tribe members asked?
Yes.
Let's see less personal questions here, because there are funny people here.
Yeah,
asking very personal questions. What is happening here? All right. Let's see this. Emily asked,
Yay.
Can I have your talent when I grow up?
Oh my gosh. I seriously, I want to trade her. I don't know what she's talking about. She's so good.
Yeah, she's a very good person as well.
So, I know. I really, really like her.
Okay, one more question. Da-da-da. Who inspires you the most?
Easy. That Oscar and Ari, my kids.
That's very good.
I mean, just everything that they do. It takes some minutes just to watch them interact, and you get I use a lot of the things that they do and the way that they interact with each other in my work. Just, if you're looking for, something unique or just inspiration in general. Just watch kids because they want to entertain themselves all the time. They're curious about everything. Like they're the best explorers and adventurers, and they're so weird, which I really like. So yeah, that's definitely it.
Oh, that's beautiful. If you can actually, this is not, I mean, with the questions, if you can describe your kids and Oscar in words, how would you describe them?
Silly is first. We think they're smart, which I think is important. And explorers and brave. They're very brave. They're on a boat right now with their dad fishing in the ocean at nighttime.
No.
Yes.
Oh, I am very sorry.
And
You should be actually there with them.
I know, I never end up going with them. I'm like, he will take them so I can get some work done in the evenings sometimes. So I'm missing all these great things with them. I had a shoot, which was awesome, about 4 or 5 weeks ago in Cape Canaveral. And I showed up to the beach we were shooting and found out that there was a rocket launch set for sunset. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be incredible. Anyway, it got delayed. So it wasn't until nighttime. So the pictures weren't what I imagined, but they're still cool. But Gary and the kids were fishing probably, I had to drive almost 2 hours to get there. So they were here in the middle of the ocean and they got to see it. So I was like right across from where it happened, but they just got to see it not knowing it was going to happen. So just saw a rocket like fly through the sky, like a starry sky. I know.
Well, I mean, you can't find that in any place on earth.
I know. So amazing.
You have to bring me there one day. I want to.
Would you guys come? It's all here. We live in this like smaller town in Florida, and it's not really like a destination for people. It's far enough away from Orlando that we don't have a lot of, visitors, tourists or anything. So the beaches stay relatively empty, which is, I mean, there's nothing better than, a beach all to yourself. Like today when I went to fly that kite, like there was nobody there.
That's mostly the thing that I hate with the beach nearby here in our house. They are jam-packed with people from different countries in the Scandinavian countries, from the cold weather countries.
Yeah.
They run here in our islands and they just stay here for like 6 months or 5 months.
Yeah.
And all the beach around here is just jam-packed with tourists.
Yes.
You can go and you cannot go and shoot there. It's just full of people.
Yeah. So that's really nice about this place. And we, Gary got a boat. Like all of his dreams came true. The day he bought a boat. That's what we had to move to Florida. He's originally from here, and he was just dying being away from the water. So that's why we moved. And so he got a boat. So we take it off to these little islands off of the coast, and we go camping there. So that's really fun to do.
Oh man, yeah, I've seen that images. I really love it. You did the like a 360 degrees image.
Oh yes, I did.
Yes. I was like, I was like following you all the time. Where are they going?
And that island's so cool because it's literally, I mean, I don't think it's even a mile from like, where you put your boat in. So we had friends drive in and he just took the boat and shot right over and got him and brought him over to the little island. So if you like really want to be by yourself, you can just hop right over. It takes like a minute.
I mean, all the things you are telling me that you did with your family, the adventures you have with your kids and with Oscar, the love of your life. I mean, it seems like these things that you do actually has a deep impact, not only in your personal life, but as well connected to your work as well.
Yeah. Well, and that makes it just so much easier when you're kind of just doing things that you already do, because I think that there's kind of like a natural joy there already. So I'm just going places that I would be going to anyway and kind of enjoying them with other people. When I was growing up, my dad was a deer hunter. And so I have 2 sisters also. So he took us 3 girls and my mom. We would go on archery shoots with him, like shooting at targets. Wow. So I spent like my whole childhood like romping through the woods. And we grew up on a farm too. So we were just always adventuring and, checking out creeks and going through the woods and stuff.
Oh man. You should be actually living in a caravan and just flying with the super caravan.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
this is you. This is you guys. I can't imagine anything adventurous to see you guys in a caravan, just going around the world.
Yes, we should. Gary's got big plans to get a little camper, just like a tiny one to hook up to our car so that we can just hit the road.
Wow, that is really good.
Yeah.
So, can I ask you some more questions of people
Yes.
here?
Yeah.
So let's see. Dun, dun, dun. I'm jumping actually some of funny questions. Oh, look at this. Twyla, when was the time you felt completely discouraged, and how did you push through it?
When did I feel discouraged? I don't know. I guess that's I
Take your
don't know.
time. Take your time. Take
I
your time.
don't get like I'm trying to think about shooting and stuff. I don't get overly discouraged with that. Um, Sometimes with the editing, but you just have to put the time in to, figure out the right thing to do there. That's
Okay,
a
we can.
terrible answer.
I know that this actually caught you in surprise because we did not practice anything of this.
Yeah.
We did not practice any of our conversation, so we can
Yeah.
come back to this afterwards when you
Okay, yeah,
think about something.
I'll try and think of something.
Let's go to the next question. This is not actually a question. It's from Jamie Lauren. She said, Twyla, can't wait to meet and learn from you in April.
Yay!
I mean, actually, just a fun fact about the Camp Archipelago workshop in Azores. Most of the attendees are female.
Oh, that's cool.
I think we have like 4 male attendees.
That's so funny.
So it will be. I think it will be a lot of fun.
It will be.
I've been to some workshop, and every time there's more men, the
Uh-huh.
workshop is more intense. I don't know, like there's too much male hormone happening around in the workshop. But when there are many female, it's just everybody's laughing, everybody's enjoying. More female, I mean.
Yeah.
Everybody's fun. Everybody's okay with everything.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see like who will come. You know what I mean? Because that's like quite an adventure to take to agree to come all that way. And I'm just really excited to meet the people that would do that.
I mean, it's just so far away from the United
Yes.
States, from Canada.
Yes.
But the surprise that we have is that most of the attendees are coming from the United States and Canada.
Uh-huh.
And there are less attendees coming from Europe. And that is like, what is happening here?
That's so amazing. I'm really excited.
We are so excited as well. Next question. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, this one is nice. I'm just jumping off funny comments. So this one, it is from Lacey Hilliard. She said, Twyla, when a client feels visibly uncomfortable in front of the camera, what do you do to ease their tensions?
Okay, so I first start, I think pretty much most people kind of feel that way when they get started. So I always, I try to talk with them first, give them like a brief rundown of what my goal is with the shoot, which is basically like appreciating each other and the place that you're in. Because I always choose like these beautiful places to go. So just a brief talk, and then we kind of get started right away, but just some movement stuff. And usually we have to walk to where we're going. So I kind of photograph them and just let them be, but travel along to where we need to go. And then if they're still nervous, I don't want to like transform them into someone else. And I've definitely worked with, and I kind of find this more on like the male end, be more reserved or nervous during a shoot.
They're exactly like me.
Yeah. So I just let them be that, and I just, kind of build the shoot around that. So if they just need to be like this strong, reserved person, like that's kind of an easy role to take on and,
Exactly.
add their partner into mostly. And so I don't know, I guess that's, I don't force them to do anything, but just try and let them know, this, it's just pictures, it's not, I'm not going to keep the bad ones. And, they're going to enjoy them more, like the more that they can be themselves. So I try to throw some activities in there, and then I don't overly pose my sessions either. My favorite pictures always come from just letting them interact with each other. So if I have to, I'll suggest games, but I also choose locations and I shoot a lot of families or couples, but places where they can kind of explore something. And that helps a lot because they can just kind of be themselves, and, especially if there's kids involved, that always helps. That loosens everyone up if they just have to interact with their kids. So.
And that is very helpful.
That's my whole answer.
No, I mean, it's funny because many people think that when you shoot, you elaborate a lot about the shoot.
Yeah.
And by the way you see the image, wow, it's so, I don't know, people can be moved emotionally when they see your image, and everything is so natural and everything is so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Many people think that you actually are staging them, but that is not the case, as you have mentioned.
Yeah, I just have a few things in mind usually that I know I want them to do during the shoot, but they're natural things that happen. So I look for it to happen naturally. And if it doesn't happen, I'll ask them to do something, like hugging their kid or something. But if you wait for it, it will happen naturally, and it's going to be way better than what you could have imagined,
I think you are a natural born hunter, as you said. As you mentioned before, your father was a deer hunter, and you did some of those stuff. And you like waiting, and then hunt and kill.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's so many good things that happen before that thing that you kind of had in your mind that you showed up to get. So just I always thought I was like a gatherer, gathering all of these like great pieces.
And that is very
and then
good.
Going in for the kill when they hug. That's it for me.
That's the kill. That's the most violent thing you can do in the shoot. Okay, time to kill. Kill.
Squeeze them harder.
Like, don't let them breathe. Thank you so much. That's very helpful for us and for our audience. Let's find another question to answer. We did answer almost, I think, 2 questions already, or 3. We're doing good. Wow, some of these questions I just can't understand. Oh my goodness. Oh, this one is good.
Okay.
Twyla, what is one thing you are currently trying to learn to push your arts?
I just got a tilt shift lens. I just shot with it for the first time this morning. That was really awesome. I always kind of felt like it would suit me well because I like these dreamy kind of feelings in my photographs, which is why I've shot a lot of images at 1.4 for that reason. But with this, I can open it up a lot more, but get way more creative with, my plane of focus, which with that kite was so fun to do. I learned a lot getting to do that too, having the subject and then the spar off subject. It's amazing. I'm so glad somebody made a tilt shift lens. It's so cool.
I mean, it's so fun that it's very addictive. I will see probably this month or 2. I'll see most of your image taken by
tilt shift. Well, and as I got my backpack out of the car to go shoot this, I dropped my Sigma art on this cement. It hit so hard and didn't have a lens cap. But I shot like the last half of the session with it, and it was fine. So. And it even focused fine. All these people that have those like focus issues, like I just got blessed with a really good lens, I guess.
Yeah, me too. We too. We didn't have any focus issue about it. If it has a focus issue, we love that focus issue. I mean, sometimes the imperfection of the lens, sometimes
I
it's the
know.
uniqueness of it.
Yes. Well, I have just been taking more and more photos out of focus anyway, like
Yeah,
very out of focus. I like
yeah.
those a lot.
I mean, this when I met when we've been with Jacob Loafman like some months ago,
He's so
a month or two, yeah, ago. He's very good. I
pretty.
mean, he showed me. Okay, I'm using this lens, and it's a Sigma 35 millimeter 1.4 that has a huge crack in front of his lens. it's like a butt crack. you know this. I really love this, and he just show how the light lead comes in, and it's so just perfect, so
I
wonderful.
bet that's amazing. Yes. Like I wasn't crushed when the lens fell and I didn't know what had happened to it yet. I was like, well, I know there's things you can do with broken lenses. Just
Yeah,
see what happens.
yeah,
I
it
have this
happens.
tilt shift now. I'll just shoot everything with that, I guess.
I think I'm going to break some lenses on
You should.
purpose.
I've got that old 50. I should just bust it.
Yeah, I will bust that old 50 as well. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that together.
Yes, we should bust our 50s. Yes.
Another question. Another question. Do you use music to get yourself excited before a session?
Not necessarily like right before a session, but I just listen to it all the time. I have a playlist on Spotify I listen to all the time, and it's called Dreamy.
Dreamy.
And it's just music that I like, but a lot of it's like that, like dreamy, and then there's some weird stuff in there, and that's just how I feel all the time. So that's how I shoot. Um, I have shot some sessions to that playlist, and that's really awesome. Just letting like whatever comes on next inspire the things that you shoot with them. It's worked especially well for in-home sessions, and people can get really emotional because some of the songs are just so perfect for and will speak something to them
Oh
that
man.
maybe you don't even know about. So that works really awesome. And I've used it a couple of times when I'm just shooting one person. And that's really awesome too. Like you just kind of end up taking a different adventure than you thought you might, just letting whatever play.
Very good.
Yeah.
Love that advice. Dreamy music. I'll put it down.
Dreamy music.
Very good. Another question. What are you looking forward to the most this year?
Probably this workshop we're doing. I mean, it's when we first spoke and you asked, I mean, I just heard Portugal. I was like, that sounds amazing. But once I looked it up, like where we were actually going and all of the photographs, like it's literally the most beautiful place I've ever seen. And then to see the other people that agreed to come as well and teach, I can't really believe that I'm going to come and get to, hang out with all of you.
Oh, it's a great privilege for us to have you. It's all the way around. I mean, we are so privileged to have you in this workshop. I mean, many people love your work. Many people love the way you do things, and actually, we think that you are going to bring out the best into this workshop.
That's so nice. Well, and I mean, just on top of that, just the people that this kind of thing attracts. Like I said, I'm just super excited to meet them.
I mean, many people in the comments really like they want to meet you in the workshop.
That's so
They
nice.
want
I want to meet them.
they want to hang and be there in the bonfire night, just chilling, listening to the live music and being with the speakers speaking about things that nothing to do with photography at all. To know them
Yeah.
as a person, I
Yes.
think that's one of the great privilege of being in a camp in a faraway land like an
Seriously, like
archipelago.
I think that's where all the best stuff lies also, because it's hard to teach like a vision, kind of like how you see the world, but getting to know someone better just kind of enlightens you. And I mean, that's why it's so good to like be able to connect with other creative people in both aspects, and like an educational environment when we teach, but then when we just get to hang out and just be people and share interests and be weird and have drinks and sit by a fire. I think that's when all the best stuff comes out.
Yeah, that's the one of the best things that we are looking forward to, the connecting with the people, not only teaching and showing how to do things, but connecting to them and knowing them as well as a person, as an artist. Who are they? And I don't want this kind of workshop that we see all the attendees and then we just go away without even remembering our names.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesomeness. Next question. Let's see. Oh, this one is good. This actually from that guy that we've spoken. That I.
I really hope he's watching. He's got to be.
I mean, he spammed us with loads of questions. It's like, I don't know how many questions are this, but this one is good. I mean, what was the best advice you have ever gotten?
The best advice I ever got I don't think it was necessarily given to me. Maybe I read it on a couch somewhere.
The couch.
It was, if your photographs aren't good enough, you're not close enough. That's a quote from someone. I feel like I gotta look it up right now.
Yeah, I still remember. I still remember this.
Because when I started, I was so far away. I started with just that 50 millimeter everybody gets that we're gonna bust. Robert Capa said that. Okay, so I started with that 50, but I was like really far away all the time. And then I bought a 70 to 200, and I literally shot everything at 200 millimeters forever. I was so far away, but I think it did something because.
Can you look a little bit on the right?
We had walkie-talkies. They had to wear headsets so I could tell them what to do. No.
Oh.
But all you can do is kind of observe at that distance. So I shot with that for a very long time. Then I went to the 85, so I got a little bit closer. But then when I got that 35, I was like right on top of them. And then it really started to come together for me, like, just filling the frame with the thing that you're interested in and like filling it with emotion and stuff. And not even necessarily realizing it as I shot them, but the more time I spent with those images editing them, like I realized that they were always my favorite. So that's definitely my favorite thing to do.
Oh man. Yeah, it's a very good lens actually. It changed the way you see your perspective.
It does, yeah. I don't shoot with anything else. Well, I guess I have that tilt shift now, but
I think sometimes it depends on the artist's personality.
Yeah.
Some artists or photographers are just introverts and they're just not that type of person that like.
Well, I will say, I get asked quite often about getting into people's personal space like that with that lens, and I've. Since I've been really into the 35, I've shot with the 85 as well, but I can't get as close. I can't get the same, like I like to do top shots a lot. I just can't get in there and get the same type of shot I would get with the 35. But I think it's really important to remember that they asked you to come here. Like they like something that you do, like they've invited you into that personal space.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine. Just try it one time, like get all up in there. Find out that it's fine, and then you can continue to do it.
Exactly, and that's most of the times my problem. I don't know where's my boundaries. Okay, Don. One moment. This is the line. Okay, this is you, and this is us. Okay, don't get nearer.
I think at this point I'm completely oblivious to anyone's discomfort in front of my lens. Like I just am shooting them as close as I want to, and they seem fine with it. As long as you give them some direction, like something to do, they can distract themselves with that thing to do and, you know, allow you that permission to be right on top of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, very good advice. Very good advice. I mean, it's very useful because sometimes just people are just, they just don't want to push their boundaries or to push their line, as you said, to get closer. And that sometimes you see their image. Okay, I've seen this image before. Next, I've seen this image before. Next, it's normal for the eyes to see that. But if you just go like, hello, this is Don. Can you speak? Can you see? This is actually good. I mean, it's not it's not normal. It's not normal.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go to the next. Oh, just a fun fact. Do you know how many seats left for the workshop? Guess how many? 7? No, I think there's 3 or 4.
Are you serious? That's amazing.
Yeah, we sold, like, we announced this live conference with you, and we sold like 4 seats more.
That's
People
awesome.
love you so much.
No.
I promise you. So this is gonna be very uncomfortable for you.
So we have to keep doing this until the last 3 sell.
Okay. So how many left? Okay, we
I
still
have an entire bottle of rum in the kitchen, so we can go all night if you want.
Oh man, I think you're a fighter with this in this category. I am very bad about drinking. I just can't drink more than like this, and that's it.
That's probably a good quality to have.
I'm done. I'm like a baby. Let's see, more questions. Oh, I lost the questions. No problem. So, Twyla, in going in the camp Archipelago.
Yes.
So, what are you looking forward to teach our students?
Honestly, my favorite thing to teach about is, I just think, like, you can show somebody exactly how you do something or exactly how you pose someone, which I'm always happy to share. But I don't think that gives them what they're looking for, because it's almost something that just really needs to come so much more naturally to you so that you're not nervous before these sessions and not able to, like, capture the things that you want to capture. So what I really like to teach is just teaching, like, kind of how to find your own inspiration to help you make unique images, you know? Because, I mean, you don't want to make the same thing anybody else. You don't want to make my images or your images. Like, we already did those, you know? And I think it's way more satisfying to be able to create something that's unique to you and speaks to you and is just original and new, because I think that's satisfying too, to just be able to show that. Like, I think things like Facebook and Instagram are kind of awesome because we, like, all with this shared interest, get to share these, like, cool things that we've made and give each other feedback. And that's a really awesome thing to do, to be a part of a community like that. And I didn't have that for a really long time when I started. I really found that, like, when I kind of found Looks Like Film and started posting a lot, it was really cool to find people that just could take an interest in things that I also thought were interesting, you know, or worth taking photos of. So yeah, so that's what I like to really teach about, because I think that's way more empowering to kind of, like, figure out how to harness that, so that you can, you know, do your own thing.
I mean, that is actually hard to teach, and it will be like you can blow our minds when you blow our brains out when you teach that. I mean, that is really encouraging for everybody to know.
And I think it's good to do a mix too. Like, it's good to teach that and then show how I use it. So this is where I get inspiration for posing and what I'm looking for and things like that. And then this is how I apply it. But, you know, like, you can find your own way to apply it too, but this is it, you know, in real life. Or like editing, like, I have, like, just kind of a mindset of something I'm trying to create with it. So I can show the tools I use to do that. And I think it's just way more empowering to understand how to use those tools to create something, opposed to just like, this is my preset, slap it on something you have. You know what I mean?
Whatever you shoot, slap this preset. This is the best preset in the whole world.
The presets are super valuable. And I saw a question, somebody asked me about LXC like a bunch of times. And it was like the first preset I really fell in love with. You can learn a lot from presets, like buy all of them and study them and learn like what parts of those things you really love, you know?
Exactly.
And I have to say, like, tone curves are everything. Like, learn to use a tone curve.
Yeah, I mean it's really funny because those preset, when you load it up in Lightroom or in Photoshop, it becomes a program of commands. But if
Yeah.
you just copy and paste them on the notepad, you can see all the movement that preset is doing actually.
Yeah.
So you can see what's been changed and why the preset looks like this.
Yeah.
It's like
And it's just also like, you should learn, because it's never going to work the same, you know, from shoot to shoot. Your light conditions change and your taste will change as well. Like, I'm, you know, probably not going to use LXC for the rest of my life. I might though. I really like it. But you know, I hope to evolve forever.
Yeah, I mean we always change.
Yeah.
From if we look back, me and my wife, are the way we shoot, the way we communicate with our clients, the way we do the business, the way we edit, and the way we do things. It's always changing. Like from 1 month to another, we see how we change stuff, and it's actually like a gasoline for our creativity.
I'd like to know for you guys, like a year ago, like how much has changed for you in a year? Was this like an amazing year for you of like growth? And do you feel like you've, you know, evolved a lot from like the first photo you took January 1st last year?
Oh man, yeah, it was totally different. When we look back on our year, we just go like, "You are so crappy."
I feel like 2016 was like 5 years long. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, so much changed in that year. I can't even imagine, like, I mean, it's so cool. That's one thing that I really like about photography too. Like, you're always changing and evolving. Like, you literally have no idea all of the things that could happen to you in a year, you know?
Exactly.
It's
I mean,
unreal.
like we've spoken from the first part of the conference, surprises.
Yeah.
Surprises that spice up the life.
Yeah.
If we plan our year, what's the surprise for that? If we plan everything.
Yes, exactly. I don't like to live like that, really. I'm not much of a planner.
Yeah.
I
Same
just take
stuff.
plans.
Same stuff with
Yeah.
having in wedding photography clients.
Yeah.
It's just so different. Like,
Yes.
I hate clients that plans ahead like 2 or 3 years before their wedding day, and that is so creepy. Sorry, future clients, but it's just so. I mean, we just so afraid about it. I mean, we prefer to have clients like 1 year or lower to have them, and mostly they are the best clients. Like 6 months before, 4 months before, and then boom, suddenly it's a good client. Everything's so wonderful.
Yeah, the not knowing is the adventure.
Exactly. That's how the adventure is, without planning a lot.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes. Yeah. Show up, see what happens.
I mean, how about you? How about you yourself? How did you see yourself from like a year ago, 2 years ago? Let's do that. Let's do this.
2 years ago? Oh my God.
Let's be creepy. 2 years ago. How is Twyla Jones 2 years ago?
I can't even remember that long ago. 2 years ago, Ari was like 1 or something. You know, I was just like, I was still learning all of this stuff. I mean, I can only remember a year ago, and I went to my first workshop.
First workshop.
Yeah.
Wow.
I attended one workshop, and and I lived in Kansas, and I didn't know I was going to be moving to Florida. I didn't have any photographer friends. You know, I wasn't connecting with anybody else like in a really great way. You know, that was interested in photography. It was just clients that wanted photos or whatever, which was awesome and still fun. We were still having adventures, and I was learning something new all the time. But yeah, it's really been like an enlightened year for me, I think. And just, I've met so many incredible people, and that's been amazing. And I can't believe I live in Florida right now. I wouldn't have guessed that that would happen. So 2 years ago, oh my God, I think we just bought our first house in Kansas then.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, so much has happened.
2 years ago, you are not actually working in photography. What?
Yeah, no, I just quit my full-time job shortly after I moved to Florida. I was a histologist at a pathology lab.
Expand, please. I
So
mean, in layman's term, that is.
I know I'm gonna try to keep this like not super gross, but if you get a biopsy or get your leg cut off or anything like that, that goes to a pathology lab. And what I do is process those tissues and embed them in wax and make slides out of them and stain the slides so that a pathologist can screen them for cancer. So I was doing that and then picked up photography, and then it was just so consuming, and I just like could not believe that one day I would get to spend all of my time doing this instead of, you know, being at work all day, and just like I couldn't wait to get home to learn more, you know, and every break that I had, I was spending just learning more. So that's literally all I do.
I mean, because you are actually in the type of work that doesn't have or anything to do about creativity. I don't know you. Maybe you can get creative in cutting off tissues and waxing them.
No, you must do it the same way every time. Very routine, lots of timers. Yeah.
No, I mean it doesn't have anything to do with being a photographer.
No. I always did weird stuff though. I was always interested in photography, but I never took a class on it or anything. I think I felt like I wouldn't be good at it, or I wasn't capable, or you know what I mean? Like you really needed to go to school and have a lot of money to like buy cameras and stuff. So, but I did weird stuff. Like I just needed to make things. So I made a lot of origami things, and I took a lot of ceramics classes, made a lot of pottery. So I think I was just kind of searching, like trying to find something that would be this outlet for me to just, you know, make something. And then this is just, it's amazing because you can just do it so quickly too. You know, I can go out and shoot something in the morning, and if I didn't have 2 toddlers and lots of other things to do, you know, you could like produce a whole shoot like in the same day, or at least one image that really speaks to you. And so that's so satisfying too, to be able to do it so quickly, I think.
Wow. I mean, those steps that you take into to know how to express your creativity, to express about your personality, I think it's like a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Finding your way to express yourself.
Well, and it was good the way that it happened too, because I had to work so hard. I would, you know, work 40 hours a week there, take care of 2 kids, but also find time to pour into this. And so I just took like every spare second I could. Like even when I was at lunch, I was watching like a creative live video, or, you know, just studying something, trying to learn, or ordering new lights or something like that. But you know, if you're really passionate about something, you find the time to dedicate to it. And also because I didn't have to rely on a photography income, I had another income. I was free to just do what I wanted, to make things that made me happy, and not have to. I read early on a lot of good business stuff, so I never priced myself really cheap from the get-go. But I made sure I could give something of quality before I started to. But I think that helped a lot too. Like I didn't have to, you know, undercut myself or do things that I didn't want to, because it was just, you know, if you don't want to do it, it's cool. I'm just here and this is what I make. And if you want that, we can do that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is very good advice to follow for each of us. Not underprice ourselves. If we don't want to do such work, we have to
And
be brave
just,
to
and
say
it's
no.
not, I think some people get so offended and so caught up too, but you know, it's just art and it's fine. Like if somebody wants a different photographer every year, like that's cool. Like they're collecting art pieces of their family or whatever, you know, and it's cool to contribute like even a part of that. And I think it's kind of an honor too, that somebody would, you know, be so aligned with your vision that they think that they would want a part of that. So that's amazing. And it's like, it's pretty humbling just anytime anybody asks you to do that, I think. And I don't know, it's an awesome thing to be able to do. I can't believe that I get to do that
It's a great
all the
privilege.
time. I hope I can keep it up.
We I know. I mean, there's no constant things in the world right now, but
Yeah.
change. We always change. We always evolve. If we are so constant all the time, I think we are actually not doing anything.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the question that you haven't answered before. Have you thought about it?
Oh, discouraged.
Yes.
Okay.
And how you cope
Um,
about it?
I guess you know, okay, so criticism can be discouraging. If somebody has something like negative to say about a thing that you've created or, you know, wanted to share, and that can throw you off. And I know I read a lot about people that have just had like bad clients, and not maybe bad clients, they just, you know, they weren't able to, maybe the expectations weren't outlined first for the client to know about, and that's kind of setting yourself up for failure, but something that you learn from. So I think that every time that happens, I don't know, you learn a little bit more, but it's really important to just know that you can't please everyone as well.
Exactly.
And so you just have to get over it, because it's, you know, it's so terrible to waste your time and your energy fretting over something like that, that it's, you're not going to change anything. Like, be nice, you know, when people are upset. I think that's really important. You know, providing a service like we do, we are still a business. It's good to try and keep your emotions out of that part of it, and just be nice and be understanding and pretend you're on the other end. And I don't know. I think that's all I have to say about it. You know, just try to be nice.
No, I think that is actually helpful for all of us
Yeah.
to know the way you cope with difficulty like this.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear about it.
Well, and
So
you know, I can get hung up on something like that for a little bit, but recognize what it's doing to you and just let it go, honestly. Yeah.
exactly.
It's hard. That's very easy to say. It's hard. But, you know, if you can distract yourself with, you know, just create some weird personal project. You don't even ever have to show it to somebody, or it's going to be amazing. But, you know, try to concentrate on that instead. You know, deal with things the way that you need to, in a civil way, in a nice way, and then just move on.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, if you just fight with this negative peers or negative people that comment negative stuff about your work, I mean,
Yeah.
in the end, the one who loses is you, not
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. And it's hard too. It's unfortunate more people don't understand, like, when you create something like this or provide a service or something, it's, you know, like, if you want to know how I do something, like, this is just how I do it. Like, I don't have any other thing to give you. This is just this is how it's done. This is how I do it. You know, this is my take on it, and this is what it makes. So
Exactly. Thank you so much for being true with us and saying the things of how you do things and being transparent to us without. I mean, you're not putting actually any barrier about
no.
who is Twyla Jones in work in real life. You are. This is who you are, and
Yeah.
we thank you so much for showing us your heart and who you are.
You're
And
welcome.
just thank you so much. One just last
Yeah.
question to ask you. I think I forgot it already. As I said to you, I cannot speak and think at the same
I
time.
know it's really hard. It's really hard.
Male genes, I think. Let me
No.
see.
It's that baby. It's that baby coming.
Oh, it's a baby. Yeah, there's a baby coming, and I feel so. We both of us, we just feel so tired, and we're just like, oh, we just woke up, and I think we need to sleep again. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just the body. The body just
Yeah.
asks you to do
You're
that.
resting up. You're resting up.
Resting out for the hard work.
Yes.
Questions I want to ask is that what piece of advice, last piece of advice you can give our audience right now?
Oh, okay. The best piece of advice I have, and this is just because I think that it's been the most helpful to me, is to do personal work. I guess I read a lot about people saying like don't shoot for free all of the time, but shoot for yourself and find the people that inspire you that you can work with to just go make like the visions in your head a reality. But also like, I mean, my favorite things to do are to just show up like without a plan and just shoot something, you know, like let your environment inspire you, let the person you're shooting inspire you. So like literally try it, like trust yourself, trust your mind. You don't need like hours of preparation before to come up with a good idea. Like you're capable of coming up with a good idea in the moment, like looking at something and deciding this is beautiful, this is weird, you know, like whatever it is you're feeling you need to like express, you can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think the audience and the tribe really appreciate this interview we've done with you. Thank you so much. I think we are going to go offline right now, and we want to say goodbye and thank you for watching this crazy stuff that we do. And, and we still have some seats left for Camp Archipelago. And one of our mentors is Twyla Jones, and we thank her so much for being with us here tonight. And so, guys, we'll see you in Adventure Time, okay? Good night.
Bye.